Hello everyone and happy Halloween. I am going to be doing a reading today on Princess Diana. Poor Princess Diana, who is not being left in peace by Netflix, not at all. Apparently they are going to devote a whole episode in the upcoming season of The Crown to that dreadful interview, the infamous interview with Martin Bashir. And apparently, and who can blame him, Prince William is very upset about this and has reached out to Prince Harry and asked Prince Harry to use his influence with Netflix to get them to stop doing this. Of course, Prince William released a statement when the scandal with Martin Bashir was really exposed, saying that the interview sowed a false narrative and asking that the interview never be aired again, at least in the UK. And I think broadcasters in the UK have respected that, but Netflix has not respected that. And no, we want to shuffle a bit more. And so apparently Prince William has reached out to Prince Harry and Prince Harry has not responded. So Halloween, I'm going to be looking to see what, okay, now we have our reading. I'm going to be seeing what the cards have to tell us in a little compare and contrast spread that I sometimes use on this channel. And I am using the Crow Tarot today. For those of you who are interested, that is the Crow Tarot. And let's see what the Crow Tarot has to tell us about Prince William and Prince Harry and this next abomination on Netflix. We suffered through the Diana musical and that was a real suffering, and now this dreadful interview is going to be replayed. I certainly won't be watching. I stopped watching The Crown quite a long time ago. I enjoyed the early episodes, I have to say. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, but stopped watching in about season 3, and I certainly won't be watching this one. And the card that has come out again at the bottom of this reading is the card that popped out when I was shuffling and said we've got our reading, and that is the Two of Swords. It's Two of Swords in reverse. There it is. Two of Swords in reverse is difficult decision, very difficult decision. A decision that's sometimes delayed, but it's a decision that finally has to be faced. Somebody, and I don't think it's Prince William, I do think it's Prince Harry, has a very difficult decision to make about where his loyalty lies. And so very clear, very clear confirmation from the cards. I don't have space to really put this in the reading, so I'll just keep it to one side. There it is, but that is the energy around this reading right now. And I'm sorry I've just knocked my microphone, but bear with me. A bit of a crazy energy today. I don't know if you're feeling it. I've got a husky running around the house barking and jumping on things. So he's certainly feeling it. He's gone quiet now, mercifully. But if you hear loud barks, you know what's going on. So the energy between the two brothers right now, what's going on? And that is the, oh, it always breaks my heart when I see this card. The Five of Cups. Sorrow. Terrible sorrow. Terrible regret. Focused on the 3 cups that have been spilled in front of the crow, and the two cups of love that are behind the crow. The crow is oblivious to them, not at all aware of the fact that there is still love in the scene, there is still love in the family, there is still love in the energy field. But the crow there is focused on what has been lost. They're both focused on what has been lost. Both brothers are very aware of the fact that they have lost each other at this point, but also they've lost their mother. And this is really about that loss, this reading, as well as the fact that they have lost each other, they've lost their way. A lot of regret in this card, a lot of sorrow, a lot of loss. So, yeah, very clear energy. For clarification, this is going to be Prince William's side, the left side of this spread, and the right-hand side is Prince Harry's side of the spread. So how does Prince William feel about this interview being replicated on on Netflix, and we get the Hermit in reverse. And the Hermit in reverse is something that is coming in from the cold, something that is coming back to haunt you, I would say, in this reading on this evening of all evenings, and in this topic of all topics. The Hermit, when it's in the upright, is going away quietly, disappearing from view. When the Hermit is in reverse, it's coming back. It's coming back to haunt him. It's major arcana, and it is a very haunted scene in the Crow Tarot. It's a snowy, wintry, rather miserable scene, with a crow sitting alone there in the tree, that wintry tree, with a lantern, looking for guidance, looking for light. And it's as if Prince William, in a way, is looking for help. He's looking for a way out of this mess. And this is precisely the reading I'm doing. Is he asking Prince Harry for help? What is going on? And it does look as if he wants help. He wants advice. He wants counsel. The Hermit card is often about advice and your own inner wisdom, but also asking people for help and support. And he's not getting it with that Hermit card in reverse. If he's asking for it, he's not getting it. But something that's come back that he wishes had gone away forever is back. And how does Prince Harry feel about, let's just move this underlying energy out the way, we don't need it. How does Prince Harry feel about the fact that this interview, is being shown on Netflix, the Strength card in reverse? It's a moment of terrible weakness for him. It is, of course, the Harry and Meghan card, but just generally, it is being in your power, being in your authority, being bold, being brave, being that regal lion. And in the reverse, it's weakness, it's powerlessness, helplessness, both major arcana. It's affecting them both very powerfully. And with Prince Harry, he really does feel helpless. He feels weak in the situation. He doesn't feel like there's anything he can do. Prince William is the one that's asking for help, and Prince Harry is the one that's saying, there's nothing I can do. I'm helpless in this situation. And I think Prince Harry in his life, and of course this is just my opinion, I think throughout his life, he has been the one who has said, I'm helpless in this situation. There is nothing that I can do. I can't fix this. And so my next row of cards is about whether Prince William has literally asked Prince Harry for help, asked him to contact his Netflix people and say, stop this. And there is the Tower falling down. It's another major arcana. It came as a real shock to Prince William when he heard this, a devastating blow, a terrible, terrible surprise, awful surprise. And it does feel as if his world has come crashing down with that card. He's not telling me that he's reached out to Prince Harry. This card has already answered that question to me, that he's reached out to Prince Harry and hasn't got a response. But for him, it does seem as if for Prince William, this is a catastrophic blow. And that really he's reeling at the moment from it and really doesn't know, almost doesn't know how to handle it. And it's not often that I get that energy from Prince William. I'm certainly getting it today, that he feels not helpless, but he feels really as if his world has been turned upside down and he doesn't know who to turn to for help. It looks as if he has tried to reach out to Prince Harry and Prince Harry hasn't been able to come back to him with anything useful, that he's so tied up with Netflix that he can't rock the boat with him. But let's see, because this is the card that I've designated for the answer from Prince Harry. How did Prince Harry respond to this cry for help, this call for help from his brother? And wow, Ten of Swords. That's the ruin and devastation card. That is the absolute defeat. That is when you have reached rock bottom and there is nothing that you can do. You are ruined. Normally in the Rider-Waite Tarot, it is the person who's lying face down on the ground with the 10 swords in their back. It's the card of absolute betrayal, absolute devastation, absolute loss. And that person is dead, finished. Their reputation is finished. They are on the floor. And there is only one way up and one way out of this, and that is up. It is that kind of energy, but this card is just dreadful. There's 10 swords that have pierced this crow and ruined this crow. And of course, sorry, it is in the reverse. I have this habit of reading this deck the wrong way around for some reason. And so the Ten of Swords in the reverse, and I'm reading that as being absolute ruin, absolute desolation, that this crow cannot rise up from this ruin, that Prince Harry doesn't feel that he will ever recover from this this blow to him, this fact that he is on the side that has done this, that he is now allied with Netflix, who are doing this dreadful thing, and it is a dreadful thing in my opinion, and he's not going to be able to recover from this. He really isn't. So has Prince William reached out to Netflix and asked them directly, and stuck energy with the Ace of Swords, all the swords coming out here, the thought cards, the anguish cards, really. It doesn't look like he has reached them directly. It looks from this card, from the Eight of Swords, as if he doesn't feel he can for some reason. He's stuck in this energy of the swords that are surrounding him, the thoughts that are surrounding him, the fear, the anxiety, the worry, but he's not able to break out of that worry and actually reach out in any meaningful way to anyone. Possibly there is no direct access to Netflix, and I know from personal experience how hard it is to get hold of anyone at Netflix, and I'm sure even Prince William is finding that in this moment it is very difficult to get anyone at Netflix to take a call, to get back to him, to actually deal face to face with him. Getting this energy the whole way through, from the Hermit in reverse to the Tower to the Eight of Swords, and this is terrible energy, and the Five of Cups as the energy between these two brothers. This is just the most appalling collection of cards. I didn't expect to see pretty cards, and I'm actually quite appalled at the cards that are coming out. They're much worse than I thought they would be, quite honestly. So Prince Harry, has Prince Harry actually approached anyone at Netflix, any of his contacts, and said, please listen, is there anything you can do about this? This is really not what we want to see. The Page of Pentacles is a message card. Pages are always messengers, but it is a juvenile energy, it is a youthful energy, an immature energy. So if he did approach them, it was very unconvincing, and I get that from the Strength card in reverse. Very tentative energy. And with the Page of Pentacles is always about contracts, because it's the money message card. So it's about negotiations, it's about signing deals, and of course there is a deal. Prince Harry is contractually obligated to Netflix at the moment, and the Page of Pentacles tells me that. So however much he might have said, by the way, perhaps you could not devote a whole episode to this. Nobody's listening at Netflix. Nobody cares. There is a contractual obligation. Prince Harry needs to make money with Netflix. His priority is making money. But he knows with the Strength card and the Ten of Swords in reverse that his fate is sealed, his doom is sealed, really, with this moment with Netflix. For Prince William, the energy is more of shock, despair, wondering who he can call out to, reach out to get help, to get answers, but feeling stuck, feeling as if nobody is listening, nobody is responding to him. Certainly his brother isn't, because Prince Harry is coming across as weak, very helpless, very stuck, and knows that he has yet again picked the wrong side. He's done the wrong thing. Prince Harry knows. There is no question that in these kinds of readings he knows. The confusion with Prince Harry comes in his relationship with Meghan Markle in my readings, that he is still in thrall to her at some level. But the outcome, let's see what the outcome is going to be. Is that scene going to go ahead? Well, a whole episode, not just a scene. Is it going to go ahead? What's going to happen between the brothers? And there is the King of Swords. And it looks to me as if Prince William is really going to cut Prince Harry for this. it's going to have consequences. Don't often get Prince William as the King of Swords. The King of Wands, he's been showing up as the King of Wands a lot lately. But the King of Swords is the energy of somebody who makes tough decisions, very wise, very clear, very visionary, very authoritative. It's the Prince Philip card always. And if anyone in the royal family is stepping into the shoes of Prince Philip, it is Prince William. And it looks to me as if after all this anguish that Prince William is going through here, he's going to be very decisive about something, and he's going to, I think, not be very decisive with regard to Netflix, because there is really nothing he can do to Netflix. But this person on this side, his younger brother on this side, I think is going to be feeling the wrath of Prince William. It's a cold wrath with the King of Swords. It's not screaming down the phone. It's not that kind of energy, but it's a cold energy. It's the scarf, but it's the scarf exponentially more scarfy than it was at that Christmas procession of however many years ago. Was it 2 years ago? It feels like a lifetime ago. But big repercussions coming for Prince Harry because of his failure to respond, his failure to use his influence with Netflix. But clearly, from these cards, Prince Harry has no influence with Netflix. He's really in a very weak position with them, and he knows it, and now very clearly Prince William knows it too. So that was quite a revealing reading, and quite distressing, I have to say, to see these cards coming out, these very, very disturbing cards. But ultimately the King of Swords is going to pick himself up and be very powerful in his response to what's going on. And Prince Harry, look out, I would say. Watch out for what's coming your way, because it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be fair. The King of Swords is a very fair energy when it's in the upright, but it's not going to be pretty. Harry isn't going to like what comes his way when it finally comes. And on that rather chilling note, I'm going to end this reading, and I'll see you on the next one.